Hey, it's a windy day here in Oklahoma, but it's a beautiful day in Cushing, and we're standing in front of the new Cushing Middle School project. We're getting ready to go meet up with Superintendent Colin Knight. Let's go do this thing. Hi, I'm Donna Judd, and we're on location today at what will be Cushing's new middle school. What a project, Colin.
This is a big project. We're very excited about it. I can't wait to present it to the community when it's completed.
Well, right now we're standing somewhere that I think is pretty impressive. You see a big open area here, but this is the competition gym area.
Yes, we are in the gym area, and just right on the other side of that wall is the other practice area. That'll be a similar gym floor, just with limited seating, just basically for classroom only. And then over on this side, we've got all of our classrooms, and we've just poured our last major concrete to finish that floor completely. So, you know, like I said, things are going very well and pretty much on schedule, close to schedule anyway.
Well, if you can say it's close to schedule, then it can't get any better than that. So, looking around here, we're on what is the bottom floor of this new project, this building, and you've talked about concession stands, and of course there's some offices areas down here in the showers, a weight room area. Let's back up a little bit and go to the beginning of our tour, which was the main entrance of the school, and let's kind of go back through that. I mean, we've got the main entrance as we come in, and then we have a library area, correct? And I'll kind of let you go from there and talk a little bit about that.
Right. Well, we walk in, you first walk in by the offices, and when the campus first opens up and kids are coming to school, the doors will be open, but once school starts, those doors are basically locked, and anybody entering at that point will walk through the office to get into the building just to help with security, and then you would proceed by the library media area, and again there are some other special offices and classrooms there, and then the cafeteria area, and then as we proceed around the building, then we start. Basically, both wings are the same as far as the classroom designs. The 7th and 8th grade has a much more developed science lab versus what the 5th, 6th grade have. They have a special projects room as well. But both wings are pretty much the same in terms of the number of classrooms. And then underneath here, just over here to our left, this area here is locker rooms, concession area. This is actually be our safe area that's underneath and surrounded by you know, concrete walls and good protection for our kids in the event of bad weather. And again, we have both of these gyms here. So it's a big building. It's just under 140,000 square feet.
Let's talk about the budget a little bit. You started this out with a certain budget when you took it to the bond process to be voted on. Where are we at on those numbers?
We're still under budget by a good, comfortable margin, but within that budget, we were able to add a road going south to 9th Street, which really originally was not in the plans. We were hoping we would be able to do that, but we've already bid that project out, and they should start on that any day. And then we're also in the process of designing and will bid out a road to Timber Ridge Drive that will go out. So we'll have an access that'll go west into the community. So that basically is, you know, we've got 3 roads to come in and out on, and originally we looked at one, and because we were under budget and came in good on the bids on this building, we were able to add those other two roads. Excuse me.
Let's talk about a little bit of the interior as well. As we were walking through and taking the tour, we saw some areas that had the colored blocks, and some of those were the bathroom facility areas, and the bathrooms are designed in a specific way, right, I'll say, versus what people may be used to.
Right. We've used glazed blocks and a mixture of painted blocks. And again, and on the floors, we're using some Trazo tile and some other products I can't name off the top of my head. But basically, the entire classroom area will be some type of a product on top of the concrete. And whether in the library and the office area will be carpeted. So again, all the upper level will have some other type of finish on top of the concrete, and then both gyms will have wood floors, and then all the areas surrounding them we're going to have stained concrete at that level.
And within these 2 gyms, within the competition one that we're at right now, there'll be a nice bleacher area as well. There's a concession stand, Again, that's just to our left, and then also there will be some bleachers in the other gym as well.
Yes, and we call it competition and then the other practice gym, but they're both actually used for classroom all day long. So I have to clarify that. It's not like this one's going to sit empty and only be used for competitions. This gym will have kids in it all day long. With 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, you have much more PE requirements. So our kids they'll be in here all day long. We'll utilize both gyms. Typically for a school of this age group, communities will build a huge gym that has 2 gym floors. They'll put a curtain down. We just basically put a wall so that we could separate it. And then if we do hold competitions in here that happen to be during the school day, we can still have class on the other side. So it just makes it more usable. But these gym floors will both stay busy. There's no doubt about that.
I have no doubt they'll stay busy, and I can remember being back in middle school and how nice it would have been to have had something like this, because you have to plan around class time for PE, and then doing your different tournaments or different events physical wise, and so this is a great asset.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice feature, and again, this whole facility is going to be turnkey, and it's going to provide our kids a wonderful place to go to school, and it's going to provide a lot of opportunities that we don't have now.
And I also noticed in the construction of this, as you were taking us through the tour, there are a lot of glassed areas as well.
Yes, I mean, again, there's a good mix of that, and there's a lot of ambient lighting. For a matter of fact, you can look up something new here. These are a funnel that catch sunlight, so these gyms will be lit all the time with natural sunlight during the day, and we're hoping we won't even have to use regular electricity in terms of running the lights in here, because the goal is that it gives off enough light to be able to see and hold class and not have to turn the lights on, just use sunlight.
Right, and it's pretty impressive standing underneath one right now. In fact, we chose it for our lighting for this segment simply because of the sunlight factor. Colin, what would you say is the most exciting thing about this project for you in the way of for students?
Everything. It's just going to be a wonderful asset for our whole community, I'm very proud of it. I'm proud that our community supported the bond issue, and that we've got this project here. It's going to serve our community for so long. It's just I can't express how excited I am. I don't even know what to say, but it's just it is just beautiful. And again, the kids. I just can't wait for them to come into it next fall.
Well, I have got to say on behalf of the youth in this community, this to me says to that youth, we believe in you and we want to provide the best we can for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this particular age group, like I said, our middle school, it served its purpose, but the kids are pretty much on top of each other, and it's going to be such a much better environment, so much more conducive to learning, and we've gone through a quick rundown of this facility, but there's so many things that we weren't able to talk about. A huge one I forgot to mention was the interior courtyard. That's a super nice feature.
Yes, let's talk about that interior, or that out. Well, it's an interior because, yeah,
it's surrounded by a building.
It's going to be a great use for art students. Being an art person myself, I would have loved to have had something like that, and even an art teacher. Yeah. The convenience of that courtyard is unbelievable. Beautiful brick, too, on the outside. We've got a little bit of that on film that we'll be showing. Now, right now, we have to say everything's kind of in a dusty stage.
Yes, yeah. They're definitely in construction stage. Obviously, there's a lot of cleaning to do, but we all know that that's part of the process to get to where we want to be. And the interior courtyard, too, is also going to be just used for students to go hang out in. That's basically most of the areas for students to go into, during their lunch break or even in the morning on nice days prior to school starting. And then classrooms will have access to that as well. And the art students they'll have access immediately to it, but all of the students will have access with their classes if there's something that, would benefit from them being outside and doing something.
Well, and another area I showed, and it's mirrored on both sides, is the kind of open. It reminded me of a Y-type area as we came in, and it got wider, and then we were seeing the bathrooms and then the science labs. But that's also got a bit of an area also for students.
Yeah, there's a much larger area for students when they come into school to hang out with before school starts, talk to their friends, and get ready for the day, and also having a little bit more space there. It's a lot easier for teachers to keep up with what's going on. When you pack kids all into a small area, you can't really see much more than what's just right in front of you, but it's just a much more comfortable environment for our kids.
Well, something I seen with that was, you know, when you would go down a school hall, it is congested, and the design of this is such that you don't have that closed-in, you know, feeling like, you know, we're going all down the hall to get to the next class because it's kind of opened up.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's you know, and still we have our, you know, 5th, 6th grade on one side and 7th and 8th on the other side, and so again, it's kind of set up as 2 schools in one. And I just kind of tell parents, and at times when they've been worried about the young 5th, 6th graders being with the 7th and 8th graders, they'll be together as much as we do or don't want them together, you know.
Right, because due to the mirrored sides, the 2 sides, it's an easy separation issue, but it's also an easy combined issue. Absolutely. Well, Colin, it has been great looking through here today. We can't wait to come back when this thing is actually up and getting ready to go. I hope we can get a sneak peek before it actually opens up. What do you think?
I think that'd be great, and we're at that point now where things are really moving. When I come out here, you know, I was out here about 2 or 3 weeks ago actually walking through it. It's amazing how much different it is today, and I think that'll accelerate now because like I said, we've got the final floor poured, and you know, it's all full speed ahead now with basically everything to finish up the project. So there's going to be a lot of change.
Well, and it is a hustle bustle of activity out here. I've got to tell you, it seems like a million working bees out here. Well, Colin, thanks so much for taking your time and taking us on a tour. We're going to keep you updated as this process continues for Cushing's latest facility, a beautiful middle school project.
Thank you so much, and again, thanks to the community for supporting this. That's going to be a wonderful addition for years.
Absolutely. You're watching Donna and Friends on Location. So there you have it, a fabulous tour here at Cushing's Middle School. This is going to be a fantastic school for our community and our youth. We really appreciate the community voting on this bond. There's more to come, so don't touch your dial.
You're watching RDMG TV.